Hi everyone, it's Charles at Empress Mills, and today we are taking a closer look at our Windsiette range. As you can see, we've pulled out all sorts of different designs to look at, but we also have a plains collection too. With the Windsiettes, we often, and I do mean often, get the question, what is a Windsiette? What's the difference between a Windsiette and a flannel? What's the difference between a Windsiette and a napped fabric or a flannelette, etc, etc. So I am answering that purely from Empress's point of view, and I think this does actually just change depending on preference. But from Empress's point of view, and when you are browsing our website, I hope this will be a good guide for you. So in our mind, and I think in most people's minds, but just in general, in our mind, particularly at Empress, a flannel is a much heavier weight brushed back fabric. It is what you would expect sort of an American shirt to be made of, an American flannel weight we often hear in the trade. And it is that bit heavier than the Windsiette, which we'll take a look at in a moment, and it is heading in its weight and feel almost towards a felted feel of a fabric. So it does have a brush back still, it is still a true fabric, but it's got that sort of felted weight, thickness, and finish to it. What I will say very quickly about that, although this video is about Windsiettes, what I must say is that flannels are more flowing and comfortable than a felt would be. 100% they are. Windsiettes, in comparison to that description of the flannels, are still brushed, so they do still feature a brushed back or a napped backing or a napped finish, which is often terms you will hear in relation to both Windsiettes and flannels. But Windsiettes are much softer and much lighter in weight, so you get this flowing finish that hopefully you'll be seeing with this fabric. You get this sort of floaty finish with a Windsiette fabric. Now Windsiettes get called all sorts. Windsiettes, Windsor obviously, they get flannelette, and in my mind, Empress's mind, a flannelette would actually be more down the route of a Windsiette fabric, just to cause complete confusion. But Windsiettes are these at Empress, and anything that you see labelled will have this nice, drapey, soft, almost a dreamy softness to them. They are absolutely lovely fabrics. They do feature this brushed backing, which adds a softness to it. And while we are doing our very best to pick this up on the cameras, just to give you a bit of a verbal description, the brushed back doesn't mean that it's fluffy, and it doesn't mean that it's got a massive pile to it, but what it does have is just a nice textured soft finish, and it's got that little bit more texture, that little bit more body than what we would class as a classic quilting weight fabric, for example. So a classic flat quilting fabric, this has that little bit more body, that little bit more spongy softness to it. But as I say, please don't be expecting a massive pile on that. It's not a fleece. It is much softer and more delicate than a fleece fabric would be. From a use point of view, Windsiettes are 100% cotton, so they are absolutely fantastic for backing quilts. As I mentioned, all the qualities before, softness, that sort of nice floatiness, makes them wonderful as a quilt backing because they're just so soft to the touch. And from a garment point of view, I'll just roll this one back up quickly so we can take a look. But from a garment point of view, they are wonderful for loungewear. Thinking pyjamas, cosy loungewear for around the house. These are ideal purely because they've got that gorgeous softness to them. Let's take a look at this vivid green one. They've got that gorgeous softness to them. They've got that light floaty feel. They are going to add a touch of warmth to the garment, but they aren't going to roast you either. So it does give you a few options in terms of the garments. Let me just see if I can pick up that floatiness on this fabric for you as well. There we go. So it does have this lovely floaty softness to it. So yes, mainly, as I say, quilt backings, any sort of backings, cushions, anything along those sort of lines, and loungewear are absolutely ideal for this range of fabrics. In terms of designs, we've got all of these novelty designs and more. Head onto the website. I won't bore you with going through each one now. You can head onto the website. I've got some great pictures on there. Nat, who sorts my videos, has taken the pictures for these as well. So there is all sorts on the website as well. Just spin that around for cat lovers. Look at that lovely one. But we also have planes available, so if you're not into the novelty designs, you've got those classic plain shades available too. I hope I've answered all the questions on Windset. It is a tricky one, it's one that we get asked a lot, so I'm really hoping that this video will be super useful for you and to be able to see the fabric and its drape and softness and its handle in general on the video. I really hope that's been helpful. But if you have any extra questions, if I've missed covering something, if you'd like to see it in a bit more detail, please drop us a message. You can leave a comment under the video or don't hesitate to phone us. Whether we do another video or whether we just answer you independently is absolutely fine. We would be delighted to help if you've got any other queries. As always, thank you very much indeed for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.